What's up, CDA Geekers? It's your boy Glenn Malone with one N because I'm the only one. We're here with It's On the MCU or Not video podcast where we talk about all the latest, greatest news when it comes to Marvel. We have a great day. We're going to finish D23, all the announcements, a little cosplay. We're actually going to talk about a little bit of video games, Midnight Suns, and we have some images from Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Mondo. Are you ready for it? Get excited for the show. Make sure you lock in, grab all your Marvel stuff, grab all your Marvel questions. We do live questions here on the show too as well. So make sure you do that right now.
Complete. Nerve. Authority.
What's up, people? What's happening?
What's going on?
Tony's chewing and silent at the same time. I love it.
Oh, why? What's up, everybody?
Look, so we're actually in the show. It's all the MCU video podcast. That's right. This is the show we do every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, where we talk about latest greatest Marvel news. I have my co-host, my panelists with me today. My bottom, your left, my right, or my left, your right. Got my main man, JB of the World. What's JB versus the world? What's happening, JB? What's good?
What's going on? I'll be coming up here in just a few moments, but I'm excited here to talk about Miss Marvel. Oh, not Miss Marvel, She-Hulk this week.
Oh, buddy. We love him with some Miss Marvel. By the way, we do need to actually talk about there has been some reports on some other different things we need to talk about that I did read an article on. I think it came from Variety. We'll talk about that in 1 second. My bottom, my right, your left. I got my main man Josh. He does a bunch of panels with us at different conventions, but he is the live almanac. That is when it comes to everything connects, right? Live Marvel almanac when everything connects. What's up, Josh? What's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Glenn?
What's good? Everything is good. How's everything in your neck of the woods?
It's doing pretty good. Pretty good. Just nursing a quasi hangover from a birthday party from last night. But
whose birthday party was it?
It was Jen's.
Oh, tell Jen.
Happy birthday, Jen!
Tell Jen happy birthday. Did you pop a ring to her too?
No, not this time.
She's not going to pop out of the darkness. She's not going to pop out of the darkness or anything, is she?
Say what now?
I said she's not going to pop out of the darkness or anything, right?
No. But skeleton might.
Yeah. So, Josh, you're about to leave us in a little while, aren't you? You gotta go back to your regular schedule, or you gonna be with us for a little bit longer?
Let's see. Starting maybe 2 weeks from now, I'll be back on night shift, so I won't be able to give it to you guys every other week.
Oh man, that's horrible. Yeah. All right, this guy here, I know, right? This guy here does a show every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. The Pod Guys Podcast. What's happening, Tony? My right, your left. What's going on, Tony?
Hello, fellow nerds and geeks. Hello.
He did not like She-Hulk, and we're gonna find out why. Anyways, then we got the creative bankruptcy. John in the house. He believes that nobody comes up with anything creative, but there's a lot of different creative movies out here in this world. I don't know why he feels that way or believes or thinks that way, but maybe we'll find out another day. Hashtag bars. What's up, John? What's good?
Hi. And the reason why I say creative bankruptcy is because most of Hollywood don't have any new ideas anymore, is they keep rebooting stuff over and over and over again. Hence the reason why creative bankruptcy.
We'll talk about that soon, but I beg to differ. We still have some creative things.
Of course you do.
Of course, right? Because listen, I'm a big movie buff, man. I watch movies. I watch movies.
Sting this is the guy that thinks that Marvel has more animated movies because they did one good one.
What? No. Say the question correctly. Believes that Marvel has better animated movies because they did one, and they're about to do another one next year. We have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse Part 2, number 2. So they're about to bring you something else too.
I disagree with that moot argument, but let's move on.
That mute, Mario. Okay. Hey,
I
listen,
said moot.
Moot. Anyways, John does a show every Saturday night. He did a show last night, so make sure you go by and check it out. It's on the platforms. He actually do that too as well. So, all right, let's get right into the topic. So, by the way, this is our opinions when it comes to She-Hulk, episode 5. Mean green, straight into the poor, something like that.
Jeans.
Yeah,
mean green, straight into the jeans or something. Something nasty.
Something like that.
It's actually
so
mean green and poured into these jeans.
Really?
Yeah.
Basically something.
Something
Basically a
else.
nasty reference. Poured
All
into
right,
these jeans.
so let's get right into the topic.
Sounds like a
man.
genuine reference.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, I mean, that's what that was her little quote on the bottom of her Tinder profile.
Yeah. By the way, they
Like
put her
match.
on blast. They put her on blast at Tinder profile.
Man, did they?
Anyway,
I actually respect it.
I
Yes,
know,
indeed.
right? I'm like, damn, like anybody else would do that. Need a large bed that you can lay in. You know what I'm saying? What?
Anytime anybody's willing to throw themselves under the bus to get a dub, I am with you.
Hey man, she thirsty much? Need some water? You know what I'm saying? So we do our segment called Good, the Bad, the Ugly, where we talk about the our ugly Tony. We're gonna talk about our ugly first, then we talk about the bad, and then we talk about the good.
we are?
Okay, so you break that down. We don't just combine everything together, but this is our moment to do that. So Josh, lead us the way, brother. What was your ugly of this episode?
Let me see. My ugly. Really, my ugly is everything to do with Titania. She's just a terrible caricature of a character.
Horrible actress.
You know what? I gotta agree. Her acting her acting was not that good, bro. Like her acting was pretty.
Some would argue she's a horrible person.
I'm talking about
Talking about the character or the actress?
The actress.
Ooh.
Yeah,
She got caught up in some lies some years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she did.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy, but I can agree with you on that, Josh. Like I didn't really like. I didn't. You know how you can feel an actor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if it was what's his name? Out of who played who's Peter Parker's best friend?
Ned or
yeah.
Harry Osborn?
Harry Osborn, and played it in the with Tobey Maguire. What's his name? Franco.
Oh, James Franco.
Oh, James Franco.
So if there was a woman version of Jane Franco, I would take that type of actually language that she would talk as being pretty funny. But because she's actually not that, I couldn't get that whole funny feel or that whole kind of asshole kind of feel out of acting. But I get it. Is that it?
Ooh. Yeah, I could see that.
John, what's yours, brother? With the whip in the background that's shiny. You gonna whip? Are you gonna whip the show in shape? That was a Tony reference comment. You know, that sounded like
What do you
Tony
mean a
would say. Oh, you had something you kept hitting your hand with. I don't know. It was clear.
This is a vacuum cleaner.
Are you gonna vacuum the show to the right direction? You know, suck the horrible up. That's a Tony reference. That sounds like something Tony would say.
Yeah, Titania was the ugly of the show. She comes off as this reality TV show personality. She's like if the Kardashians became a supervillain.
Ooh, good call.
Ooh, that's solid.
That's a really good one. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna trademark She-Hulk and just make it into a fragrance. It's like just gonna be like so boss and everything.
You know what? I actually respect that because that's petty as hell, and I respect that. You beat my ass, so I'm gonna get you legally. I can't beat you.
Right, I can't beat you physically, but I'm gonna be. You know, that's.
She really just thinks she could just beat my ass. I'm just gonna take everything away from her. I'm just gonna just legally copyright everything.
And she called her a hater at the end. Come on, bro. That's the best thing you got.
Oh, wait a minute.
Petty,
Wait a minute.
petty.
Wait a minute. Was that Titania, or was that Madison? What I was doing, I can't really tell from the difference. So
that's Titania.
Nah. Madison was entertaining.
Yeah,
No,
Madison was entertaining with Wong.
no, she's
she combined. She made scenes hilarious. Like
no, she
it's kind
comes
of like
off. She comes
Madison
off.
with the Y, but not where you think.
look, Madison.
She comes off. Let me. No. She comes
What if
off
Madison
as
was
a.
sober?
She
What if
comes
Madison
off
was
as
sober?
a.
She'd be just like that.
She comes off as a drunken party girl.
Hangover, aka The Hangover. She could be a perfect character in The Hangover.
Mm.
Yeah.
Perfect character in The Hangover. Like I would get a
Yeah,
good
they'll
laugh
probably.
out of her.
They'll probably reboot that.
Isn't that bad when a supporting character is more interesting than the main character?
No, that makes the story fun. That makes the story interesting.
No, isn't that crazy though?
I kind of feel like that's a trend though. That's not like a one-off thing. I feel like that happens more times often than not. Like even like when it comes to like different TV shows and like anime and stuff, supporting characters will get more love than the mains a lot of times.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
especially when the
God,
main is
Wongers.
extremely annoying.
Yeah, it makes
Wongers
the
is my new
story
best
more interesting
friend.
because it
Exactly.
takes you off.
And I feel like they have the freedom to do that because there's not so much of an onus on them to be like moving the plot and to be center stage. That you have those freedoms for them to do whatever and to be foolish and to be silly or to do the cool stuff.
So are we
to build each character because you have time to do it, right?
So
exactly.
So are we expect to see a god awful Disney Plus show of Madison?
No, that's rumor. That's not happening. That's
I hope
It's definitely not going to happen.
But, hey,
but if it
I mean,
did,
they get wait a minute. They gave not Madison. They gave Agatha a spin-off show, which
we're not going to disrespect Catherine Hahn. That's what we're not going to do.
Listen, I can see Agatha's story because I want to see what happened to her before she got to where she was before she got to WandaVision.
I would like to see that too.
I want to know what happened for her to get to that stage and things she actually went through, right?
Why?
To get there.
Then
on top of that, she might get freed up because what's the name is gone. Scarlet Witch is gone supposedly.
She's coming back. Confirmed coming back for phase 5.
She only had one good scene in that show,
and
now they're just going to give her a spin-off.
So then, but listen, hear me out though, because Agatha was she's the nanny in Fantastic Four, is she not? Did she take care of Reed and Sue's kid?
She did, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a comic book book.
I don't think I read those.
So
she did.
What was your ugly?
My ugly. I mean, following out everybody else. Titania is the ugly. She's just not that entertaining to me. I admire the petty. Like I am 1,000% for the pettiness, but that actress is Jamila is not that strong of an actress, and I don't know, kind of drug out a little bit.
Is she really as tall as they make her out to be?
She really is that tall.
Oh wow,
Titania's that tall?
I noticed that. Like she's like super tall.
I know. Dude followed behind her. Looked like he was like 6'1", and she's still like 6'3", 6'4".
I think she's like a legit like 5'10", 5'11", like flat-footed.
Yeah, she is 5'10".
Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So here we go, Tony. What was your ugly, bro? You're the last one because I know you have the longest list.
How about everything? We're just gonna bring it out there. Everything from start to finish about this particular episode was stupid, mundane, very, very reality star TV-ish, fit nothing into any other program or episode or anything into the whole spiel of She-Hulk in general.
You didn't even like the dance moves, with the. Hold on, Tony. You didn't like the dance moves with the shield and the Thor. It
was all bullshit. So the reason
I still cannot listen. Go ahead.
All of it, the whole thing.
I still cannot pass.
I could have literally slept through the whole situation if it weren't for this particular show where I had to talk about it. And if I had to erase it out of my memory, it would be easy like that.
So let me guess, you don't have any bad either, right?
No, the whole thing is just horrible.
Okay,
horrible from start to finish. If you could not watch it, I would please do not watch this show. Just end it like everyone else wants to end it. Because man. Here's the thing, man. I'm all about getting a storyline together. I'm all about not necessarily repetition, but the build up. And you know what we've got? 4 episodes, 5. What is it? 4 or 5 episodes in?
5 episodes.
5 of 9.
Jesus,
5 now. We got 4 more.
No build up.
Oh, the build up is
really?
This is
a build up. Go ahead.
This episode.
Hold on. How do you not have any build up? One, you just found out they just went through. Wait, hold on. So they just went through the moments of her not liking her name. Now you with the build up of somebody trying to take her name. Again, that's the villain. Somebody trying to take her name, and she had to battle that. Now she's coming to reason and understanding she has to have her name, and she's going through now she's about to go through a depression of trying to figure out who she should be Again, it goes through back with the comics did. Huh?
I'm gonna be CNA Glenn now. We should make a movie out of
what
it.
is happening
Glenn,
here?
For real, we should make a movie out of it. I'm gonna be CNA
Look,
Glenn.
all right, so check this out, right? I listen. The only ugly part was Titania, but I still have an issue. My number one issue, right, is seeing Adrian, because his name was Adrian, right? In
Chase from Arrow.
Yeah, Chase. Like that is that I just cannot see him being somebody that is. Yeah, I don't know, man. Every time I see his face, I'm like, bro, Prometheus, like all day, like
baby mama, you jerk.
Right.
His name in the show is Pug.
Pug, yeah.
Pug. Yeah.
Adrian Chase and Pug, like I just can't see past Adrian. Like he's that
Prometheus.
Actor. Prometheus, that actor seems like he is better off as a villain than he is somebody that's like down to earth cool. Like I like him. He has like a persona of a villain persona, not necessarily a support character.
He acts like a goofball in that on She-Hulk. I ain't gonna lie. All he's been doing is act like a complete goofball. It's like, wow.
Everybody acts like a goofball on the show.
I know, and I'm cool, but I just think it could be a little more. But that's just me, right?
Yeah, so, it's basically Adrian Chase acting like a goofball. It's like, damn, it's Prometheus.
Yeah, but
like a goofball.
The thing, I didn't notice it until this episode, but he has a really weird cadence to his voice.
He does.
It almost seems like he talks extremely slowly and almost to the point where you can't really follow along.
Well, see, most people, right? Most people will call that most people will call that talking smooth, right? Most people call it that way, right?
Smooth.
It wasn't even smooth. It was like, for example, the part that I picked it out on was when he was talking to the other girl about the shoes, going with her to see the pick up the Iron Man 3s, right?
Hey, by the way, let's talk about Iron Man 3 shoes, bro. Like, there's a such thing as Iron Man 3. Like, I don't know if anybody else caught that and actually had a good time listening to that. Iron Man 3 shoes. That made me think, like, damn, what does the shoes look like? I wish they would have pulled some shoes out. Iron Man 3s, and then guess what? If it would have been some Nike Iron Man 3s, guess who would have had some guess who had Iron Man 3s on the shelf? We would, right?
If the Thors don't look like Mjolnir, then what are we doing?
Yeah, right. Are you gonna get one to rock and one to stock?
Yes, I would. Yes. Right, I would definitely do that. Right,
that's what you do.
I'm down for the cause, man. Like I'm really, literally down for the cause.
In the ending
shout out to the stickers hands out there.
Like. The ending credits do show us what they look like, though.
I know. Shout out to them sneaker heads out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the sneaker heads. But with that being said, like I really want to see what them Captain Americas look like, or them Black Widows look like. You know what I'm saying? Or even the Hawkeyes look like. Let me see what them Hawk look like. I really feel like the Hawk shoes look like Shaquille O'Neal shoes back in the day with the pump. Huh?
Cyclopses.
That was actually dope too. But by the way, so John, what was bad for you this episode, bro? You didn't have no bad?
Me?
Yeah, I think you have John on here, right? Yeah.
Hi, John. Hey.
I hate y'all. But
you're on the spot. Go.
The stupid merchandising. It's like I don't even know what the hell was
Avengers
that all
or Avengers?
Avengers and all that stupid crap.
Oh, that was funny.
Bro, that was hilarious, man.
That was funny.
With an eye. Avengers with an eye. Really, bro?
I think that's just one of the
credits.
No, that's just one of those. That's one of those stupid, brainless internet things that they come up with, like that whole.
It's a merchandising
dude. It's like Marvel's got like legit... remember Fubu and Bufu.
Yeah,
same thing.
It's something you will find on AliExpress.
John, you got to think about it. If Marvel can't have fun of themselves, then why wait on somebody else? Like that's just the whole point. Like you gotta have fun.
I understand that, but that's just stupid. I mean, Avengers, that was just stupid to me.
We're gonna find some shirts out there like that. Watch that.
You got to look at the details.
Oh,
Marvel!
I'm not buying those shirts. If it has Avengers on it, I'm not buying.
Hold on. What are you saying, Josh?
So the Avengers and the Avengers, the A for the Avengers had an arrow in it that was pointing the opposite direction. There's crazy details in it.
I didn't notice that. That's slick.
Yeah, and then you had Thur and Hulk with an O.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of other stuff.
How could you hate this? It's so funny.
Bro, if they get a shirt, bro, if they come out with a shirt like that, I'm getting it. Just because it's just a funny pun, bro. Like,
and
it's funny.
They had the underoos on
You
the
can actually
side.
find it on Marvel.com
It's
merchandising.
The thing about this whole show is that it is so unserious. It is so unserious. Like, you're gonna hurt yourself if you try to think this show like WandaVision or Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, you're gonna hurt yourself. Just, this is mindless. It's fine. Just have fun.
Which is why I'm excited for Secret Invasion. None of this stupid attempt at
Oh,
humor.
I'm so excited for that. Thank God.
But listen,
Yes.
but you have to have a level. But you have to have a level of funniness, entertainment.
I don't like this level. I don't like this level. What they doing
smooth things out. So at some point, when you do get to the next, come up with something serious, people are ready for it, right? I mean, listen, at the end of the day, DC tried to come up with funny stuff like this and failed at it, aka powerless. Okay,
don't even mention DC.
All right. So you know what I'm saying? Like, DC is trying to do stuff that is very entertaining, that was funny, that just did not hit, right? And they're doing it. I mean, even though this episode, you always got to have one episode. I don't expect every episode to be the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one of probably the least episode that I'm recommending anybody to watch. You probably can skip it and still know what's going on, but not really, because it's a defining moment. Anyways, going on a rant. Josh, what was bad for you on this one, bro?
Let me see.
I don't see these clothes on Marvel's website at all, bro. I'm looking. I really am looking.
Yeah, I mean, I see pictures of it and stuff. People have made independent versions, but really the bad part to me was kind of the court scene where you had the previous dates come back. Because I'm not sure if these guys, like, if they talked to him beforehand and said, be as asshole-ish as possible. Because a lot of the things they said, I don't even remember going on during the little date sessions. Because, like, one guy, the strong man, he, the way he described their date was completely 180 from what they actually did.
Yeah, he was trying to be an asshole about that. I agree. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to hear some cool facts?
Sure.
No.
So go with the 1.5.
As long as you, hey, Tony, as long as you about to tell me when the Iron Man 3s come out, I'm cool with that.
Oh yeah, here it comes. Ready? So if you happen to go by the 1.5 million watchers of She-Hulk, it is the second worst rated Marvel show, right next to Hawkeye. Only with Miss Marvel actually performing worse than both of them.
I enjoyed all three.
How does Miss Marvel? Okay, you mean
the show starring the women performing the worst? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to look at the dynamics, right? Most shows that have men in are dealing with, like, action scenes. Like, there's not really.
But you're also looking at a 60-40 comparison of men to women that watch comic book shows as well. That's
correct. That's very correct, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's cool. So Josh, you done laying it out? JB, is it your turn?
Yep. Yeah, I believe so. If I had to pick a bad for this episode, I feel like this episode just was there. It happened. It had a beginning, had a middle, and an end. And aside from her getting her costume, in the big scheme of things of the narrative, it really doesn't have too much of consequence. And like you said, Glenn, it's an episode you could possibly just skip. If you're watching in the binge, it's going to come and it's going to go. And we only have 9 episodes, and this is the literal middle, and we're not building to anything. And they're trying to allude to building to something, and they need to do that because these 4 weeks are going to go by quick. And if they're going to sell me on a threat for a final villain, I need to know who it is. Why should I care? And why should I think they're a physical threat? Because she has not had any physical opposition whatsoever to this point.
Preach on, bro.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Yeah, honestly, how can you throw yourself in her shoes? Like, how because that's what comics is all about. It's supposed to be about how the normal person can put themselves in that particular role. How can that happen to you?
They broke that down. They broke that down at the end of the episode. Like, most people are not going to put themselves, go humiliate themselves with, number one, a dating app, number two, what they're saying, and number three, get old dates. Get old dates to actually talk about the experience. Like, as a guy, you probably not to tell you're not going to do that, right? And if you do it, then just hopefully the conversation go well, right? But I mean, just think about it. At the end of the day, if you want to keep your name, right, and how to keep your name requires you to go back and talk to these dates that you had before. There's been many they're not to this extent, but there have been some TV shows that they've had to do this before. It's not the first one, right? So naturally, you just had to, you had to put yourself in that shoes for that episode. That's all it is.
All I'm saying is, for women empowerment, she's not very empowering unless she is actually She-Hulk. She's actually very down on herself as regular Jennifer Walters.
But in that most people, though, I'm not even gonna say most women
are down on themselves.
And knowing her who she is.
Okay, let's break this down, right? Let's turn this around a little bit, right? And because I got a perfect moment for this. Okay, so most cosplayers, right, have a different sense of empowerment, not on a negative standpoint, but empowerment of confidence, empowerment of able to want to communicate, empowerment able to do things they normally don't do. But when they take the costume off, they're a totally different person. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's wrong, but that is some of the stories or some of the things that I've heard some cosplayers say, is that when I put the suit on, I'm a different person, right? So naturally, you have to look at this, is that Jennifer's the same way. Jennifer is that nerd that once she puts that suit on, she's a different person. And then she's going through that moment of trying to figure out if she should have that suit on all the time. And I believe that most cosplayers might have that same concept in their mind.
And if you, if I may add, Glenn, that's part of her character. Like, she preferred to stay that way after a while. Like, that she felt more comfortable. That's who she believed herself to be. Like, she evolved into that. She went from switching in and out to being that all the time. That's who she believes herself to be.
More of a forced narrative more than her actually choosing to be.
Well, it's actually more of like
through the writing standpoint, I feel like it was a forced narrative as far as forcing her to be She-Hulk instead of choosing to be She-Hulk.
Yeah, but you can also see it as kind of a...
Just out of necessity, of course. But
yeah, but you can see it as kind of a word of warning to some people, because, like, some people initially will look at her as, this vehicle that they can, posthumously live through as somebody who is small, meek, and timid, and then is given access to these abilities to become a more desirable person. But once you become that more desirable person, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, but it's not like she chose to be the She-Hulk too. She was forced on that as well.
Right.
You mean the name or this the person?
No, the powers. The name itself was forced on her as well.
Well, I mean, everything was accident.
I mean, regardless of how, you can say that for most of the heroes, though. But this is who she is now, and this is what her reality is.
AKA her cousin, Bruce Banner.
Writing in general forces the narrative on that particular character, where they forced her to be She-Hulk. They forced her to have powers. They forced her to make a decision.
Like, I got to put in there with you, Tony. Like, I like halfway agree with you. Yeah. I just kind of feel like, to a certain point, I think what they're doing is they're kind of trying to build up to her choosing this actively as opposed to doing it passively or when it benefits her.
And that would be great. That would be great if that actually happened. But in each and every single episode, even 5 episodes in, there is no such thing as choosing in her life. It's just forced narrative as far as doing things.
This episode kind of
doing it for an episode.
So this episode pointed out that this is what she's choosing, at least in name, and maybe that's going to build up to that being in reality as well.
And the biggest thing for me, though, is that sometimes things that are good for you, you don't necessarily see it until it's actually gone, or you don't necessarily really see it because you want to be more offensive to what the reality is for you, right? And so that might be what we're seeing right now. We might be seeing a person that is trying to get accustomed to this different type of lifestyle that you necessarily want to reject, but then things are start going your way where you want to be modest versus being like a Tatiana, right? And I think that's what we kind of see Jennifer go through, is that you see her at the moments of modesty, but then gradually, slowly but surely getting to the popularity of that person. And I think what's going to happen, this is me, is that I think what's going to happen is she's going to get really popular. She's going to be in that popularity mode, and then something's going to cause her to get back to reality, know that with great power comes
great responsibility, of course.
All right, so that's
this is really important for me.
Okay.
Not to diss. I don't like to diss cosplayers in general. Not necessarily that I'm a cosplayer, but even as an actor, even as podcaster, entertainer, comedian, like whatever I may do in my life, I think if you like what you do, and if you're a cosplayer, you know what, be a cosplayer. If you're a comedian, be a comedian. And if you're an actor, be an actor. It's all awesome, dude. I cosplay myself. I usually do a zombie Deadpool character.
Okay.
Which I love. Do I find myself as a different character? Yes, and it's something that I can put myself into. It's a role, a character, that you're just trying to persona. And I love it. Like it even puts you in a different mindset. So I do agree with you, even from the cosplay standard, it puts you in a different role. It puts you in a different mindset. But to compare it to She-Hulk, like I said, the forced narrative is just too much for me. And I feel like it's a force of character rather than a choice of character. So there it is to be said.
Well, to be fair, it was forced on her, and now she has to choose it.
That's
to be fair.
Correct.
All right, so my bad part of the actual episode for me, I really didn't have too many bads. I mean, again, you already know my Adrian Chase issue. It's going to continue to be an issue because it was a whole season where he was an asshole in Arrow. So like, I can't move past that. I can't. I don't know how. I'm trying.
I completely identify with that, man.
I tried.
Like, you killed Oliver's baby mama, you jerk.
Right.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Exactly. Man, you blew up the kid. You stole his son. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It'd be forever remembered as the asshole.
And he shot himself, in the head. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, I saw you kill yourself. But anyway.
From beyond the grave, Oliver, you'll never be able to get me back.
Right, exactly. And by the way, I think I'm going to start watching. I'm going to go back and watch the Arrowverse all over again. I think I'm going to do that.
This was his punishment. He was reincarnated in the Marvel Universe.
Right, exactly.
I actually met Stephen Amell at a Comic-Con.
Nice.
At New York Comic-Con, actually. I have his autograph and a picture with him.
That's awesome. Was his picture like $60? The autograph?
Something 290.
Like that. Yeah,
it was $300, wasn't it?
It was like 60. It was 60. But super nice. Like he himself is super nice. So like before, and just a little funny story. New York Comic-Con, great, massive, like thousands and thousands of people. Of course, he had the line going from like freaking to the start of the line and just like all the way down. So this was like top Arrowverse stuff. And me and my two buddies that were with him, with us, of course, we went and got signatures, blah blah blah. And we were probably like, I don't know, 40-50 people in the front of the line before everybody started going, because I was a huge Stephen Amell fan.
Right.
Yeah, great. So when he actually started the line, he said, "Guys, I need to hold up for a minute." There was some handicapped people that were in the line, and he actually skipped them to the front of the line so that they wouldn't get run into. Just showing, like, he really cares about his fans. Yeah. And was trying to get like some really cool, just a cool interaction in particular.
Yeah, he has really good. Yeah, I agree 100%.
He's always
humanity is awesome.
As you guys know, talking about charity stuff and doing things for other people and bringing awareness to different things. Like, he's been doing that for as long as I've been following him, and like he's just high key like top 20 celebrity for me. Like, genuine person.
Yeah. One thing though, he is an excellent philanthropist, great actor, but he is a terrible wrestler.
Oh yeah.
All right. All right.
Oh,
Moving
but I
on,
just
Tony.
wanted to add one more thing. I wanted to add one more
He
thing.
can't sell any wrestling moves at all.
That's usually true.
He did good at SummerSlam and that All In.
Nah, it's bad.
But one more thing, like he's
no Bad
even
Bunny.
his PR person, even when his PR person was like whispering at him as far as like not taking pictures with people, he was like, "No, come on, share, like sneak in a picture really quick."
Hey, so listen,
charging, like afterwards for like personal meet and greets, and
Yeah.
then like extra money amount, of course, for the PR person. But he's like, no, come on, take a picture, hurry up.
that's funny. John, do you have anything good that you want to talk about with the episode?
No.
Shocker.
Tony Glenn second said no, right? He said he don't have anything good to talk about it. JB,
no.
what you got?
Yes. I got two things. One good. This is funny. It's a funny episode. I laughed at certain points, and my second comment to that is that look, I respect anybody in this world who is willing to throw themselves under the bus to get a dub. I respect it. I salute her. She went and got that dub by totally
Amen,
completely humiliating herself.
Hey, man, brother. Hey, man, brother.
Because you're not gonna embarrass me. I'm gonna embarrass me.
Oh yeah.
You're not gonna do it. Me, not you, bitch.
If I fuck up, everybody fucks up. And that's the way I take it. You know why? Because Stone Cold said so.
What?
Anyways, a reference out there for those people that don't know. Josh, what you got, bro?
My good of the episode was Luke Jacobson, the designer for the suits and everything like that. He was
he was
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, he was
that dude
funny.
was awesome.
Yeah.
And also, most people missed it. There is a Leapfrog cameo in this episode.
Saw it.
Yeah,
Oh,
you kind of blink and you miss it when they first walk into Luke Jacobson's warehouse or whatever. Leapfrog walks right past them with a suit and just kind of gets lost in the elevator.
I thought that was actually what's his name? Quicksilver.
Nope.
He's dead. He
Different
switched cheese
universe,
up
buddy.
and
Quicksilver has
And
white
rotting
hair.
by
This
now.
guy's got blonde hair.
He had the white lightning, blue and gray shirt.
You couldn't even see his shirt. He just had stripes on his
It
arm.
was a sweater or whatever it was. I don't know what it was. It was
He had
red,
a black,
white,
he had
red,
a
white,
dark
and-
blue sweater with like two
white,
gray
blue,
stripes
and
on the
gray.
arm.
Yeah.
But he had like a big old suit jacket case like draped over his arm, so
Yeah.
couldn't really see a whole lot.
Come on, bro.
But yeah, I really want to know like who all the there's a lot of in progress costumes in Luke Jacobson's office. I want to know like who all those costumes actually belong to.
Well, clearly Daredevil.
clearly.
Well, the one helmet, yeah, but you got like this, black medieval armor with nipples on it, and you got this like silver female armor.
Yeah,
with, like,
you'll
this
see in a
going
little
up.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see in a little bit.
I know it's not
like-
Black Knight.
Yeah. Almost like in Daredevil when you saw in what's his name's little place where he had like trinkets and gadgets from different characters.
Was it bad that I was more excited about the ending than the whole thing?
Ain't nothing happened at the ending, but I get you.
Well, wasn't there a thing about the ending scene actually being put in the episode as opposed to being after the credits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have any end credit stuff or mid or end credit.
For this episode, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think they actually just decided to put it in the actual episode because it worked better.
Oh, I looked.
I
Did
think
everybody else look?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the after credits I think was supposed to be when Jen walks back into Jacobson's office to try on the stuff, and then we see
Yeah.
Daredevil's. helmet.
Everybody agree? Swimsuit in the second bag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not the swimsuit, but the
No,
leotard.
definitely purple
The suit.
swimsuit.
It's the purple and silver suit with the shoes.
Yeah, I think there's a purple and silver swimsuit as well. The leotard thing that she wore for the thing when she said, "Oh, I don't know if I'll ever use this," but
yeah.
All right. I have to say my favorite part was the shield and this dude. Adrian looked like he wanted to be Captain America from the Infinity Wars.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. In game, right? That thought it was
The
hilarious.
shield, the inverted colors.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how John doesn't like those. Are so great. That whole thing was funny.
It was good.
It was funny.
And then getting a chance
even
to
I was
see.
slightly entertained by that.
Yeah, it's something you get at a flea market, you know.
Exactly.
Those are like that, and then going to see the person who put the clothes together. Like, to me, those are the funniest part of the episodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care nothing about the court. I see how they build a relationship together with her and the top lawyer there. I thought it was actually really neat. But overall, like, those to me were kind of like the funniest parts of the episode. And I hate that he couldn't get a chance to see her outfit. I wish they would showed her outfit before they showed Daredevil's outfit there. Which I gotta say, it's a little bummer that his new outfit comes from that place, right? I get it, the storyline and how that actually flows, but I thought it was supposed to be somebody else who actually makes really good costumes for superheroes, and I just hate that they had to use this moment for that to happen, right?
Well, who were you looking for as far as making the costumes?
In the same guy who actually made his costume before should be like, did he make Daredevil's costume for real?
He made his original costume and like an upgraded version of it, but he was like working.
Didn't he get killed? Didn't he get killed?
I think he got shot up, but I don't think he died.
Okay, but he stopped working with him after a while, though.
Yeah, because he was stuck making suits for the Kingpin.
Yeah,
and, a bunch of the villains and stuff like that. But as Daredevil gets more popular and more experienced, he's gonna upgrade his tailor at the same time.
Oh yeah, of course.
Eventually, we're gonna be looking at like
John
Wick.
Season 1, Episode 1.
Yeah. See, I don't believe all that. I mean, season 1 through 3 is still gonna be canon. It's just gonna be season 1.
Nah,
like a new
whole
story.
new episode, bro. Whole new thing.
Nah.
The question is, you don't want to believe it though, Josh?
And I don't believe it.
I think, and this is just my opinion, of course, and who really cares about my opinion, but I feel like they cemented Daredevil's character in that particular story arc phenomenally through the series itself. Now, I like the backstory, I like the continuing story. I even love the stick story, believe it or not. And even when they added Punisher into the storyline as well, with Elektra.
Elektra was kind of lame.
Yeah.
What?
They're bringing her back
in the series.
They're going to bring her back. So.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she was kind of lame in the series. Just a little bit.
She was a little needy.
Yeah, especially when they turned her into what was it, the Black Cloud or
Black Sky?
Black Sky. Yeah.
All right, Black Sky. Her was just kind of just there, but her beforehand, I liked her.
Yeah,
I would not be opposed to them bringing her back.
No, and I mean, she wasn't a bad character. She wasn't a good character. She was like halfway in the middle, where you're.
Yeah,
just
it wasn't.
If it happened again, maybe I'll watch it. But
it wasn't Electra Nachos. It was Electra Doritos.
Correct.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So moving on, comment below, let us know what your good, the bad, the ugly was in the episode. Really want to know your thoughts.
Nah, she was a puffy 3D.
Yeah, we keep going about it. Puffy 3D. All right. So real quick, there has been an article actually written out. It was actually by Variety. That article does establish that who plays Captain Marvel? Brie Larson.
Brie Larson
had a little bit of extra concern of coming back because she believed that she has a lot of backlash when it comes to the brand of Miss Marvel, and so she was a little skeptical when it comes to people actually liking her or not. So you tell me, JB, what you think, man, about her feelings of believing that people doesn't really like her as Captain Marvel.
Oh, because they don't. And I think that's people don't like her, but I think it's more so a matter of her just being, it's a matter of her and who she is as a person, and her just being strong in her feminism and just in her beliefs, as opposed to anything that she actually did.
I like her as Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, I like her in general. I don't have any issues with her whatsoever. Do I think she's a little bit uptight? Yeah, sure, a little bit. But other than that, like, she does the job. She can act her ass off. I feel like she hasn't exactly found the footing with the character just yet, but that comes with time, and it sometimes takes some of these actors 2 or 3 times, and the director that they work with, to find that footing and to find that niche with the character. Marvel hasn't missed when it comes to like hiring and casting major characters yet to this point, except for that first Hope, but that wasn't really on them. But I'm fine with it. I think it's more so just, I'm gonna put it to you straight, I think it's more so just men. Like,
I got you.
Scary straight men.
What you think, John?
Yeah. Stop laughing. I guess I agree with what JB said. Yeah. She comes off a little bit smug.
Okay, I'm done. Yeah, agreed. She's pretty smug.
I'm all cool for feminism. Yeah, go women, And to be honest, there's a lot more.
Stop laughing! Stop laughing!
No, there's a lot more.
Stop laughing, you sexist pig.
No, there's a lot more sexist, male chauvinistic entities out in the world that are just like, oh, well, she should be out home cooking me a sandwich instead of making movies. Or, like some stupid
whatever.
Yeah, some stupid crap. Whatever, man.
Right.
Frail male egos. Call it for what it is.
There's a lot of male egos out there, and unfortunately, you can't quell or quench the male mind when it comes to that portion. So, is there going to be haters out there that are going to hate on your pro-choice or pro activities that you're trying to support? Yes, of course there is. And there's also going to be people who are for you too. So do you take the good and the bad, or do you, truck along with it and be like, oh, well, they're hating on me. Oh, no. It's just,
don't you have Oscar?
Like,
don't you have Oscar?
I don't know about her having an Oscar.
No, she definitely doesn't have an Oscar.
What's she have?
She might have a People's Choice Award, or I know she has indie film stuff. Maybe even a Nickelodeon. She's got a Nick Blimp. But I think that's it, dude. That's as far as that goes.
I want to thank God for this orange Nick Blimp. And I want to thank God for getting slime.
What you think?
She's got an Academy Award, a Golden Globe, a BAFTA Award, Independent Spirit, Canadian Screen, Leopard.
Yeah, she's never won an Oscar or like. And not to say that it's not
she's
important.
won an Academy Award. That was more so what I was thinking about.
Academy and the Golden Globes are the 2 big ones.
Yeah,
what do you think, Josh?
She's big time.
That's a supporting character, though, right?
This is my thing about Brie Larson. Like, you can be strong in your beliefs, whatever they may be, whether it be about religion, pro-choice, pro-life, feminism, whatever. Just don't be a douchebag. I mean, then that works both ways, men and women. Like,
that's facts.
Don't be an asshole.
Shout out to Aaron Rodgers.
Jam it down everybody's throat because you got a pedestal to stand on.
Shout out to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers is an asshole.
But there's a reason why it's said that you don't bring up religion and politics in general conversation, because it's just going to devolve into I'm better than you type, or I'm
save the whales. Oh, I hate you, you asshole.
Yeah, but I mean, in general, as long as you're not a douchebag about it, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Listen, I just need you to
I
say
agree.
the whales. Just shut up. If you hate the whales, you're just a bad person.
Listen, my
Oh,
biggest
come
thing
on, don't
right
do
now.
that.
My biggest thing right now is that, I understand your personal beliefs and stuff, right? Live in the moment with the character, right? Nobody has an issue. I personally think, I like the character. I like what she actually did with the character. And I think the character needs necessary. Like, we gotta have a captain somewhere, right? And so, we have Captain America again. So, I think that she should continue pushing forward with the character, not letting the fans do it, make her cheese, keep things going, and become better at the role that she's in, so that people can be a lot more committed, can become more committed to her, not become more committed to her and her character. That's all. As it comes, let us know, huh?
As in the case with a lot of characters that have been in the MCU to how it
Just like
translates to
Thor.
comics, like her presence is doing a world of good for the character in comics by her being there, by bringing more awareness to her, and then writers taking more time to focus on Carol Danvers and nitpick things and stop with all the widespread misinformation and changing of her origins or details about her history from time to time. They're really reining it in because of her presence. And Captain Marvel is a cool character in comics when, she's not being a bitch, which is most of the time.
If you really
and heartwarming and a leader and supportive and strong and
I ain't say all that.
no, I'm just saying
if you really don't like her, that much, just wait till Rogue shows up and then we'll handle all that. We'll squash all that.
Yeah, of course.
Boom.
Yeah,
Kiki Palmer was gonna be Rose.
Yeah, let's see how that works out.
Yeah,
Josh with the mic drop.
Brie Larson.
Hey,
Comment below, let us know what you thought about Brie Larson's comment on what she should be, being happy, stuff like that. Love to know your thoughts on that. So next thing we're gonna do, go show off actually. So we have a sneak peek of what coming to us at Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We got a first look at MODOK, right? So this is actually an image of a shirt that has MODOK on there. The image of the shirt also is sorry, the guys. I just found a leak merch of MODOK in Quantumania. OMG, right?
he looks like Ultraman.
And I have to say, he looks like a bug. I don't like the way he looks.
Like Ultraman.
I don't like the way he looks, bro.
Common Rider.
Looks cool.
I like this.
Yeah, he does look like a Kamen Rider. Like,
Why it look like he wearing Griffith's helmet from Berserk?
bro, like I don't like this at all. I'm gonna zoom in for you guys so you guys kind of should see it a little bit. Is he zooming in? I don't know.
Griffith didn't do nothing wrong, by the way.
No.
Bro, like I don't like it looked like a baby a baby Stewart. You know what I'm saying?
They literally
Family Guy.
that's how his character is,
The
You know?
character, of course, of what was that? The the bad guy from the first one.
Wasp. No, not Wasp. Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, Yellow Jacket. They put the Yellow Jacket costume on MODOK.
That's crazy. So what do you guys think about it? What you think about it, Tony?
Looks repetitive.
You stupid.
Yeah, there's nothing you can say about it until we actually see anything with a particular movie. So,
JB,
It's a shirt.
it's a
I
shirt.
know, right? John.
I liked it. It was
Okay. All right.
It was creepy.
Josh? Huh?
John like something?
I will accept it as
It
long
will.
as we get a Kamen Rider henshin sequence. You just like henshin.
But John, why you like it? Curious, why you like it?
I mean, it looked creepy and evil, and I liked it. And I think that's what MODOK is, right? He's creepy and evil.
That's
You're
true.
right.
It does look a little malevolent, but I mean, it'd be creepier if it had like the full face, like the squishy, cylinder head thing.
I think people expect so much. They expect some dynamic design. It's just like, just shut up, and if you don't like it, fine. If you don't like it, whatever.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Good call,
Comment
John.
below.
Good call.
That is. Comment below, let us know what you thought about MODOK. If you like the image, let us know. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a chance to hear some of the actors from D23, talk about their roles and what they have going on, and how they, took all the news.
It's really been surreal. It's been very emotional. I'm beyond excited and grateful. I met some of the writers of the show last night, and I was like, "Can we start sooner, please?" You know. So it's really exciting.
Pause here, right? So, what do you guys think about how excited Charlie Cox is about playing his character of Daredevil?
Do we just do thumbs ups or thumbs down?
Sure.
There it goes.
Anybody has anything to say they want to say?
More Cox.
Oh.
All right, keep it moving. Sorry, I should have said that.
Good night, everybody.
I was on cloud nine. I just was literally pinching myself all day. Acting with Brie for the first time was very intimidating because I was like, she has an Oscar. I barely have a high school degree. Like, what do I do?
We got to be like, just collide in a way, you know? We all got to like, react off of one another. We're all very different. Our powers are different. The way we communicate is different. And that's what makes it so fun and funny to watch.
Being able to fully realize Monica's powers and flying, and it's like, oh my gosh, we have a Black female superhero on the screen with these other amazing female superheroes. So it's just like, oh, woman power and being led by an amazing woman. So yeah, that was my favorite part. Girl power.
I've been a huge Marvel fan for so long. The comics, the cartoons, the movies eventually, and what Kevin's done. And so being a part of that has been so amazing. And then to have work with Tiana again for the second time, work with this new little nugget, Iman, work with Brie, who I've been a fan of for a long time. It's amazing.
We get more Khan family. I'm so excited. They play such a funny. That was not going to be a spoiler. They play a really great role in the movie, and I'm really excited for people to see the journey that they go on.
I mean, I'm just excited for them to see it so that I don't have to keep these secrets forever.
All right, can I just address her teeth to face ratio? Did anybody else notice that?
Oh, hold on. So you want to address this, but you could address when they talk about Daredevil. You want to do thumbs up? Go ahead, Tony. I'm listening.
Her teeth to face ratio, just like she has a lot of teeth.
Who are you talking about?
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
Oh.
So what did you guys think about the director and the, having
like mouth? I don't know.
I gotta say, I'm pretty excited about the Marvels. Like the energy, like the vibe and the energy level that these young ladies have, and that, by the way, the director, she's already trying to pitch other stories to Kevin Feige. I don't know if you guys watched the video like that, but she's already continues to try to pitch other ideas to him actually for her to direct, which I think is very cool. And I think that she's going to be around for a very long time.
The release list is so long. If you're going to pitch something, you need to pitch it now.
Oh yeah,
like
God, it'll come out 10 years from now. By then,
yeah, it'll release in 2030.
JB, all right, so feel however you feel about Brie Larson. I feel like Iman Vellani is a doll of a person, and I've been long since of the belief that Tiana Paris definitely is. Like, that woman is beautiful inside and out, and she deserves all the fame that's about to, and all the attention that's about to come her way. And I am all about supporting what they're going to do with this movie. I think it's going to be good. I'm curious to see what they're going to do. I'll be in there day one. Like, if anything, for those two.
Josh,
I think it's gonna be pretty interesting. I like it. The enthusiasm everybody has for it is on point, and I like all the characters as the characters. I'm not really saying anything about the actresses themselves. Some of them are great people, some not so much, but their performances are what really matters at this stage.
Dang, cease all laughter. Cease all laughter, really? Shout out to John. What you want to say, Tony?
Damn, okay.
Can you guys feel Vellani's newness? Like, she's a breath of fresh air. I agree, JB. But you could feel, and I hate to use the word wetness, but you can feel.
As long as you don't use moist
in the air,
don't you say moist?
Yeah, don't use moisture and don't use.
No, but I'm just saying in general, you
Good night, everybody.
Feel,
humidity.
When she has conversations, when she's in interviews, when you have seen her on screen, you could feel how this role has not necessarily just jumped her into a new cascading career, but like the freshness of her acting career.
She's kind of doing the Tom Holland thing.
Yeah, and I can feel that. You could hear it in her voice, where she's like, "Oh my God, I just met blah 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 blah," or "Oh my God, it's Brie Larson." Oh, I was very like happy to just even be in the same room as her. Like, calm down. You're at that, and not to say you're at that level, but like, calm down.
Well, she's not. This is like what her second major project.
Yeah. Well, I mean, first major product, besides like one like minor to mid tier.
Yeah, and she's still like what? She's like just turned 20 like a few months ago.
Yeah, she's 20.
Yeah,
20
she's young,
somewhere around there.
Yeah, pretty much everybody else has like what 20 movies under their belt by now.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it is a breath of fresh air. And you can feel the newness about it. Not necessarily that she needs a better PR person, but she does too. And I feel like if you're that early in your career, like finding someone who's gonna back you up, and not necessarily coach you on what to say, but she needs a coach.
Tony,
in the worst way, as far as someone to kind of show her the ropes.
you want too much, Tony.
I'm just saying I'm there for her.
You want way too much. Oh, you want to do it. That's what you're saying. You asking for a job. Tay, Imani, if you get a chance to watch this show, Tony wants a job. Okay, he'll love to be that guy for you.
I want to be your acting, not necessarily acting coach, but I want to be your PR person.
Right. So, John, what you think, brother?
It looks promising. I'm looking forward to it.
That's it.
Right. Comment below. Let us know what you think about the Marvels, and also about Charlie Cox being excited on the fact that he want to get back to playing Daredevil. Now, that is an actor that you want to see. Is there somebody excited about it? Reminds me of who? Stephen Amell. Just want to say that because he's always excited about playing the Arrow character. Just putting it out there.
Okay.
Just putting it out there.
My character is Namor. And it's what the people can expect from Namor. He's all the time protecting his people. He's taking care of them, and he's capable to do whatever he wants. He has to do to protect them. If he has to go beyond the limits, he's gonna do it.
Well, we're gonna get a lot of the same old M'Baku from the sense of he's still very honest, but how his role has changed is that he's no longer the insular leader. He's learning how to move forward. So he has a very large, wide macro lens as to what's happening. And I think we get to see more of that and see how much that impacts him. What I'm most excited for fans to see is how much more Wakanda there is. There's just so much more than the first movie, and that's exciting.
All right, guys. So what you thought, right? About the fact of M'Baku is going to do more, and then that Namor is literally going to be our second, I guess, mutant, right?
Yeah,
I hope so. You guys have anything you want to add on it?
I mean, I'm still very much worried about this movie and how it's going to be executed. Because Phase 4 as a whole has just kind of just been all over the place.
That's multiverse.
Still all over the place.
That's the multiverse.
I said what I said.
Did you get mad when you read comics that were everywhere because it was dealing with multiverse?
No, it's way up.
They're just gonna start throwing all this on the board, and then they're gonna have a crisis movie just to bring it all together.
Right, like you end with a crisis movie, but you started with a flashback.
Yeah,
that might be Avengers. Avengers versus Kang Dynasty. That might be that type of bring everything together.
I mean, they're gonna have to, but as far as Wakanda's Forever is concerned, I'm still very much concerned of how they're gonna be able to push forward without a lead. Like this is essentially without no disrespect to the cast. Like this is a movie filled with supporting characters with no lead, with the main villain. And how are you going to pull that in and do a tribute and set the pace for what's to come and build off of what you did before without Chadwick? It's a lot going on, and the task is very tall for this cast and crew for Wakanda Forever to stick the landing. I don't not think they can do it. I'm just worried about the how.
Minus a major.
By the way,
character.
Tony, you miss an eye in Avengers, bro. Anyways, go ahead.
No, it's definitely Avengers.
So first of all, I want to say this. We're gonna have a white party here in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm putting together for this movie because since they're wearing white in the movie, we're gonna have a white party here, right? Number one, right? Number
Why?
two, I think,
Just explain why.
Yeah, because in
celebration
the
of
movie,
Black Panther, they wear white.
the ceremony of a funeral, they wear white. They don't wear black.
Yep.
So naturally, we're gonna do a white party
bringer
here,
of
right? We're
light.
gonna wear
That's
everything white.
definitely an African thing.
Yep. And so I'm not too worried after I saw clips. At some point we were going to see Shuri step into that Black Panther role. So I'm really okay with it. And I'm okay with the separation of power that they have with the mother doing it. Because again, we saw it in, just kind of reiterate what we talked about. We saw it in What If, right? We saw how well she was able to handle herself and lead a group of people. And so I don't know, man. I'm not as worried. I'm pretty much excited to see the adjustment that they're gonna do and how they handle the adjustment. Like that excitement level for me. Anybody else?
As far as like the family being prepared to battle, a lot of people don't realize that the queen was actually one of the Dora Milaje.
Yep, just pointed at
Yep.
What If. That was a What If. Yep.
Yeah, and I feel like they can pull it off as long as they have a couple of things. They got to have, an ample tribute to Chadwick Boseman, which the whole first act should be. They got to have the ability to integrate Shuri's advanced technology and intelligence into the powers of the actual Black Panther, because at this point we really don't even know if they still have any heart-shaped herb left.
They don't.
So she may have to replicate those powers with technology.
In the comics, that's exactly what she did. Her being Black Panther in the comics was very temporary. It was known it was going to be temporary, and her suit was just tech.
Mm-hmm. And then we also, this is just my personal thing. I need to see a superpowered M'Baku. We need to see the man ape.
I agree.
Hey, I'd be with that.
Yeah, because you kind of see it. You kind of see it in the Black Panther movie where he's just casually picking a dude up like this, but we need a full on M'Baku just raging through people.
That's true. I'm with you 100%.
And it's definitely going to take multiple characters to take down. What's his name?
Namor.
And I am interested in seeing how they create a Atlantean culture based on Mayan or Aztec culture. This could be really cool.
Yeah.
Is anybody else kind of disappointed that we're not going to get that blood feud between T'Challa and Namor on film? Like after all this time?
There's a lot of things to be disappointed for, because we're not going to see that. We're never going to see the marriage between T'Challa and Storm.
I hope we do. I hope that T'Challa is recasted someday. Not anytime soon, but eventually.
They
could be
could
5 years
do
from
that.
now. They could be 5 years from now. I just want to see T'Challa recast somehow, eventually.
Yeah. We are in different, you do have different phases, different universes that do different things. So it's very possible,
Yeah.
Very possible. And I'm not upset that I don't get a chance because we're in the MCU. The MCU doesn't always follow the comic books. So I'm not that stickler towards what the comics had. Like that's not
They should be.
That's not gonna be a good movie. If people stuck to the comics and directors stuck to the comics, the movies would not be as good as they are.
Like Namor T'Challa is like Namor T'Challa is like Austin and The Rock. Like it's on site. It's a good rivalry, and the beef is very legit. And it's not that I don't think that Shuri can handle it. I just think that T'Challa needs to be the one at some point. Visually, that story needs to be told because that's a real beef.
Tony, you got something you want to add, Tony?
I'm actually in 100% agreement with somebody in the room.
John.
It's usually no, it's not usually not John. Believe it or not, it is JB. It is JB. I'm super worried about this movie. I think he hit it right on the head as far as missing a main character, supplementing that main character with either a B or a C list player, someone who isn't necessarily ready to take the realm of the A-lister. But I mean, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see how they take it, how they spin it, how they kind of maneuver around in the story a little bit, because now, you know, you don't have your main headliner anymore. And to be honest, Chadwick Boseman was like a gift from the gods when he came to play this character of Black Panther. Now, any other particular actor who is in that particular movie, like, you know, they've now elevated their game coming into the second season because there's no Chadwick Boseman. So now you need someone to elevate it up, you know, kind of get themselves known. I think the queen, I forget what her, Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett, yeah.
Yeah, Angela Bassett. Fantastic actress, of course.
Fine.
You know, elevating up her game, elevating up her storyline.
Okay.
And I think that's exactly what they need to do.
Panthers.
What was that, John?
Don't be chasing Panthers. I mean Cougars.
Oh.
What's up,
Look.
Six Cabinet?
Look, I can acknowledge that Angela Bassett is fine.
Yeah,
That is
she
a
is.
I mean,
beautiful black woman.
I mean, she high.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Beautiful.
she high, but she's
Ain't no
high.
buts. Ain't no
She
buts to
high.
it.
She
Ain't no
high.
buts.
Shut up. Shut up.
Ain't no buts.
Dang, John, you see it, but
Shut up.
shut up, aren't you,
Ain't no
bro?
buts. There will be no Angela Bassett slander. There will be no black woman slander here.
But she's old
None
enough
of
to
that.
be my mother. But
Okay.
I mean, yes.
She could be my mommy. Care? Fine.
Listen, you can talk about your fetish dreams someplace else, sir.
Whoa! No, this is the perfect place to talk about it.
No,
Let's
it's
talk
not.
about
It is not. We're here to talk about
Angela Bassett-
MCU. We not
Angela
everybody's
Bassett-
kink fantasies. Okay, just leave that elsewhere.
Angela
Thank
Bassett is
The
fine.
stepmom, stepsister
Period.
thing is like the number one.
I'm not
search,
disputing that. I'm not disputing
That's
that
it.
Angela Bassett is fine. I'm not disputing
that's
that.
it.
But I'm not
That's it.
disputing that. I never said that. I never said
Okay.
that she wasn't fine. I'm just saying that she's old enough to be my mother. But I mean,
Okay. And she can still get it. Old enough to be my mom. There it is. Beginning, middle, and end.
Likewise.
we can talk
Sounds
about
like
you.
it's a band of culture.
Listen, we can
That's
talk
the
about
hound. Woo!
Tony is the goat of the name changes on the fly, man.
That's what we said, John.
Angela Bassett is a fine woman. Now, if they could elevate anybody else into that storyline like they have Angela Bassett, of course,
Would be the person to do
so
that.
be it. So be it. Now, as far as the introduction of the Namor character, where they're not necessarily doing Atlantis, but they're doing something else.
They're renaming it.
They're doing Headland.
But it's still
You have to, bro. You
Inside
have
in
to
a
do
weird
that.
place.
You got to do that.
No,
It's
I
all
get it,
about
but
recognition.
it puts me in a weird place, like inside, where you know that it's Atlantis, but you're not naming it Atlantis because you can't put Atlantis in the storyline because of copyright issues.
Even though
It's
even
not
though
copyright. It's
Namor-
similarities. It's similarity. It's brand recognition. It's not really copyright.
There's
even
some sort of-
though
there's gotta
Marvel
be
did
some-
it first. Namor's older than Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here in the name.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one letter.
All right. Comment below. Let us
Maybe
know
on
what your
t-shirts.
thoughts are. Right. We got a couple more extra minutes on this video. Armor Wars. We're going to chance to check out Armor Wars.
Finding Rhodey, as you said, someone has gone through a lot at this point, and that's what's the fun about doing the Armor Wars series, is that we're going to have an opportunity to really dig into that. What's he dealing with emotionally? What's he dealing with psychologically? So that's why I said yes to it, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun to get to know him in a way that even after this many years we've known him, we really don't know him.
Is anybody excited about Armor Wars?
I am.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
am.
Super excited.
I am. I just
I've
want
been
to
waiting
see
for
some.
Armor Wars for a while.
I just want to see some robots getting shot up.
Big meaty robots slapping metal.
They're not all robots. These are mostly men in suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
They just all have
I obviously feel incredibly lucky to even have a cast like this and to get to work with them and to get to have characters that have such richness and depth and get to see what happens when they square off.
They might lose.
Yeah, success is not guaranteed.
It's actually going to be really nice to play the kind of painless, I guess, strengths of Ghost and see kind of where that takes us.
I was told I'll get a new suit. And I don't want to say the F word, but I am really psyched about that. You watch that Captain America and you see him in all these different movies and you see him with all these different, it's a white star, it's a black star. I just want a full closet of suits, and so I'm well on my way.
A little bit of Thunderbolts, right? So we're gonna definitely get a chance to see.
You mean Marvel Studios presents Suicide Squad? Got it.
I mean, listen, I'm cool with that. Like, I'm fine with that.
Listen, man, when the NFL's not in season, some people enjoy the Canadian League.
And
it's a thing.
Are you saying this was like
Canadian League Avengers?
You got to.
It's called Alpha Flight.
You have to say this though. You have to think about this. The Thunderbolts, yes, they have a lot of Captain America villains in there, right? But one thing you want to
trying to be villains, and they just Suicide Squad, right?
What you want to keep in mind is that if you look at all these characters they put in this, those are probably the most entertaining villains that we have in the MCU. Most entertaining villains that we have in the MCU, they are all the same character. I get it, right? Except for Ghost. She's not the same character, right?
They're all the same.
And the
They all do the
Taskmaster,
same thing.
right?
Yeah,
but trauma and more trauma.
Correct.
Yeah. Basically just what's your name?
Let's go Trauma Force.
But the relationships between these characters and the kind of actors, I'm with it, man. I'm down for it.
Now, I will say one thing that's interesting is when they showed like the kind of sketch version of the lineup of people, like in the poster. I know Val is supposed to be on the left, right?
Yeah.
But Val kind of looks. She looks to me like what's her name? Mei Ling's version of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. character.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
About Victoria Hand?
Agent May.
Oh, May. Nah, May's a badass.
Yeah.
All right, we will see.
It would actually be funny if
she not.
Yo, did you know she does all her own stunts?
She does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do know that.
Ming
All right.
Now, that's your name.
Comment below. Let us know what you think about Thunderbolts. Keeping it moving. Keeping it moving. Keeping it moving.
He's the leader. He's the one responsible for people's lives. The decisions he makes have a massive fallout and huge implications for the MCU as well. So now that he's in this position, he has to start asking himself a new set of questions that he hadn't asked before. He'd always been in a position of being a part of the team, but not the head of the team. And this film really forces him in, I think, beautiful ways, emotional ways to confront that. I think the chemistry that is building between this cast is going to be undeniable. I think that energy between them is the part I'm most excited to see.
I have to admit that I'm most excited. I have to say this. I'm most excited about this movie alone. I like Captain America. I want to see how the adjustment goes happen between the New World Order. What happens? What's the adjustment? And seeing the leader come back, I'm excited about that. Anybody else want to add anything else to that?
The following announcement has been paid for by Disney.
The what?
Hold
on, JB.
My Captain America is not from New Orleans. My Captain America is not a Saints fan.
I hear you.
And
Falcons
Steve
fan.
Rogers
You know
would
what I'm
never
saying?
let.
Falcons fan, right?
And you damn right. And my Captain America, Steve, would not let the blonde white woman bamboozle him like Sam has let the white woman confuse and befuddle this lost brother. Let me stop.
Yeah, because my
But
because
wasn't-
the red, white, and blue doesn't love you. The red, white, and blue hates you.
Let me stop though.
My brother.
I'm looking forward to the movie. Sam is historically. Sam is probably my favorite version of Cap.
Why are you picking up the white man's shield?
The white man gave him the shield, brother.
They did.
He didn't have a say.
I mean, technically,
New
it
world
was
order
the
for
white
life.
man's
I see,
shield.
Josh.
It was a shield before
Yeah.
he even got it.
Oh, there's
I'm
that.
just going to say, brother, that this is going to be the most electrifying movie in sports entertainment this year, brother. NWO for life.
So I
You
really
want to do
believe
your Hulk Hogan impression?
listen,
You want to do your Hulk Hogan impression? Well, Rock says this. Rock says this is going to be the best damn movie to come out in Phase 5 if you smell what I'm cooking.
So I think, listen, the biggest thing for me, I really believe this is my prediction that the leader's in charge of the, what was the group called? The Power
Broker.
Power Broker. Yeah, I think the leader's in charge of Power Broker.
I think.
No, there's a different. There's
Power
Captain
Broker
America,
Inc.
New World Order
It's called
will
Power
be the
Broker
best.
Inc.
Rest in peace.
So anybody else anyone to add in there? I see Tony says bank or
Bank or bust.
Bust.
I hear you.
This movie in general, I think it's going to be the epitome of the Captain America. You know, it's either going to be a bank or bust. Either it's going to do really well or it's going to blow out the bottom. And I'm hoping it doesn't blow out the bottom because that's going to have a shitty ending.
Didn't.
I'm still for Thunderbolt showing up at the end.
Yeah.
You will see once she leaves New York, she's faced with some issues. So she goes to Oklahoma, where she, originally lives. She will try to find the definition of family and community and what it means to her because she's been alone for so long. So she wants to try to get back involved with her family and connect with her indigenous roots as well. I grew up not seeing anyone that looked like me on the screen. So now, this generation will be able to have someone, a person of color and who's deaf that they can see. So having this authentic representation is amazing.
Don't smack your TV set. It's in black and white. Your
Yeah,
TV
exactly.
is fine. So just stay with that. That'll be mine.
Some people will be scared, even if they think they won't. Even if they arrive completely, like, these things don't. I think they will. Yeah.
But I also love that it has proper heart in it as well. We are telling a real horror story, but we are also telling a really human, heartfelt story as well. And I love that about it.
I hear
Is it
nothing.
saying something?
Can't hear any audio, Glenn.
There it is.
You guys actually want to hear? You guys, so Echo, Werewolf by Night. You guys, everything else you want to add about that? I'm cool with it. I think the Echo story is gonna kind of suck. I think the whole Wilson Fisk and the Brian Charlie
That's what
Cox
you
is gonna
really
change
think,
it.
With the Tony jab, good lord.
I like it though.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't really think that
He's not
gonna
wrong.
really have a lot of. I think it's kind of like a Daredevil, reborn part, 1.5 type thing, right? So I think they're gonna bring a lot of these. I think this show is to bring in these characters. They couldn't make a show for it just yet, but bring them into this one. I think it's like kind of like how Punisher came into Daredevil. Like it's beginning to the born again, right? I think that's what they're gonna do. I don't know. That's just me.
Well, I mean, they're putting Daredevil into just about everything. They're peppering him in
Correct.
there.
Showing
As
you
they
who's
should.
the
More
leader.
cops,
They're showing
damn
you
it.
who's going to be the leader of the underground crew.
Just putting Cox in everything. But
Cox here, Cox and Spider-Man.
I will say this.
Just a little dribble.
A lot with Cox, when she's sitting
y'all
there
need
signing and stuff like that.
Good night.
It's just kind of making me want to actually go back and learn American Sign Language because there's a lot of gestures she's doing that the interpreter, I don't know if she's adding extra stuff, but it doesn't look like she's saying a whole
Correct.
lot.
It doesn't look like she's doing a good job of that at all.
I don't know if a
No.
gesture means a whole sentence or what.
That's true. You
I'm
guys
not
have anything
ready.
else?
I'm not ready to say this is gonna suck. like Glenn said, it sucked, which is
Well,
still surprising.
I
like
said
he
I
said.
hope it doesn't suck because the thing is that you're bringing in these other characters to overpower her story. So I'm hoping it's not going to suck, but it's looking that way because of what they're saying, what's going on.
It's looking like suction, like a Hoover.
Because she's going to Oklahoma. What's in Oklahoma? What superhero characters in Oklahoma?
Jim Ross. I don't know.
Like when she said she's going
It's
to
going to
Oklahoma,
be a good
that kind
old
of killed
fashioned
it for me.
slobber knocker.
Like what crime is gonna be in Oklahoma? Like give me. I'm gonna tell you the timeline. It's gonna be 6 episodes. The first 2 episodes gonna be in Oklahoma. She's gonna leave to go to New York City, and then that's when you're gonna get Daredevil. That's when you're gonna get Fist. She find out he's not dead, and then for the last 4 episodes, it's gonna involve her and Daredevil trying to figure out what they're gonna do about Fisk.
Well, Oklahoma is the home of Doc Samson, Wyatt Wingfoot, the Enchantress.
Basically, no one
Thor and
cares.
Asgard was there for a time, and then there's
It was there, just floating.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced it's going to be great, but I am here for the representation.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, for the women, for the disabled, for the deaf, like all of that. Like, I'm glad that they're going to get somebody, like 100%. But that's really about it. Like, I'm Vincent D'Onofrio, Charlie Cox. I'm never going to say no to them. And this is what we do. So I'm going to be tuned in regardless.
When I was a boy, I had Disney Plus, and there were so many great shows. Some of them sucked.
Great.
And there was this one girl from Oklahoma who. Sorry.
I'd take her from Oklahoma as opposed to Captain America from New Orleans any day.
You're funny, man. Werewolf by Night, right? It's gonna be Harry. I mean, anybody want to add anything else about Echo? Tony?
My question is, like, Echo as a character, like, I know she's deaf, but does she have any particular powers, or is she just,
Nope.
She's just a really good fighter.
She has a same. She hears like, I guess she hears like a bat. Kind of like how
he's
Daredevil uses his eyes to do sonar when he sees stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Daredevil has some kind of like superhuman hearing, but what does she have, like superhuman sight or like tactile? She can feel vibrations or something.
No, that's basically what Glenn said, and she's just a skilled fighter. Otherwise, that's it.
That's all. Ground level.
It's very street level.
Yeah, she can feel vibrations on the ground. That's her thing.
Yep.
Oh, she's like tall.
Werewolf by Night. Anybody excited about that?
Not really.
Apparently, she's got photographic reflexes too.
There you go.
Oh,
You're cheating.
I mean, especially with her.
So, does that mean you're not excited about Werewolf by Night, Josh?
I am excited about Werewolf by Night. It's I do like those classic genre movies and stuff like that, so it's gonna be pretty good. Especially since like I still got to go watch the breakdown of the trailer, and it was like I said, there's a lot of elements in there that were not. It's not necessarily conscious yet. Where you see people from the TVA, you see people that might look like at the very least aliens, at the very most Asgardians maybe, and it's. There's a lot of connections to other things going on. It's not just a standalone, isolated event.
Well, we'll see it, man. We'll see it. We'll check it out. So, hey, well, that's the show. We've actually ran this sucker almost an hour and 30 minutes. Thank you guys so much to get a chance to watch it. We really appreciate it. Tony, how can they find you, bro?
You can find me on the Pod Guys podcast.
Not Salty Baby Dazzle Salty.
Not Salt Bay Drizzle and Salty. No, look for me on the Pod Guys podcast every Monday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Like clockwork, man.
John?
Good answer.
JB.
Wait, what?
No, you lost it. Your turn's over with. Your turn's over with. It's good.
Okay, sorry.
He's too sweet. Too sweet.
All right, you can find me here, JB versus the World, on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. And if you want to talk to me on Twitter, it's JBV the World, because Versus was just too long for Twitter. And there's also my central hub, jbversustheworld.com, if you want to see all my YouTube stuff and all my writings and things. So yeah, tap in.
Josh?
He's a poet and he knows it.
You can't find me on anything yet, but I will be having a live streaming gaming thing set up eventually.
One day.
But not right now.
One day.
It was the
one
build
day,
up.
one
It was
day.
the build up, and then
yeah.
All right, make sure you check me out, CNA Glenn on Twitter. That's pretty actually what you want to follow me on. I think I don't know, Instagram, whatever. But make sure you go out, check out all our pages. Go check out CompleteNerdTheory.com. We do these shows every Sunday through Saturday, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, right here on the CNA Live Show page. I need to tap into JB to get him to do a show. Also, too, I think I'm going to do a random. I think I'm just going to call it the Random Nerdum Show, where we just talk about random nerd shit and where we kind of cover some DC stuff. Like there's some stuff I want to talk about, like Constantine, Keanu Reeves being recast to do Constantine 2.
Of the DC universe.
Dude, October anime.
We talk
It's
about that
gonna
on
be
the anime
crazy.
show. You should come hang out with us
It's
on Wednesday,
a
JB.
lot of them dropping in October.
JB, come hang out with us on Anime Time Show. We got to finish that list. So come on, hang out with us on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love to have you. So I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do it on Tuesday nights because just a lot of random shit that I really want to talk about. That I have specific shows that I can't talk about it. But anyways, make sure you come by and check us out. I might have JB versus the world because it might be CNA versus everything else. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. I have to think about it.
I like that.
Right?
DNA versus everything else. I like it.
Yeah. So like, it's just a random show. Like taking questions and have random conversation, nerd stuff, and just talk about things, man. That's going on, man. But anyways, that's the show. Make sure you come by and check us out. We'll be back next week to talk about She-Hulk episode 6 and whatever else that we actually missed out talking about D23, because we have still a whole other thing we need to talk about too. Make sure you check out on the show. I'll catch you guys on the next one. 2 fingers.
Complete nerve authority.